What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. Now, I know it's been a good few days. I'm sorry. I get busy, guys. There really is no beating around the bush with this one. You guys saw the thumbnail. You read the title. Let's get right into it. The sad truth of relying on non-lethal self-defense tools. I've actually gotten asked this question a couple of times recently, and I don't know why people, go to me, who I'm a firearms instructor. My YouTube channel is about guns. Why they would ask me about non-lethal self-defense tools, but let's get right into it. So whether it is and I don't care whether you guys view these as non-lethal, I view these as non-lethal. Some of these, everybody, it's universally agreed upon, are non-lethal. But tasers, stun guns, pepper spray, I don't know, let me see here, pepper ball guns, and then even those just non-lethal self-defense guns, quote unquote. You guys know what I'm talking about when I say that, hopefully. The reason why I'm willing to lump them all into the same group, despite them, or at least some of them, being very, very different, is due to one simple fact. They're all non-lethal. And because of that, we have to come to this sad realization for those who are trying to rely solely on a non-lethal option. Sometimes that's really not an option for you. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to my life versus someone who's trying to take my life, whose life do I value more? I value my life immensely more. There's no contest here, guys. So to limit myself to non-lethal options when there's sometimes a high possibility that I might have to use a lethal option, why would I ever do that? Why would I ever recommend you guys do that? It makes no sense to me. I don't see the point in non-lethal self-defense tools. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, well, maybe you can have, some non-lethal tools and some, and like your gun on you anyways, that would be a good option. Yeah, I could see that as being a semi-fair option. You do want multiple options here. You don't want to just only have the gun. A lot of people also like to carry knives on them. I would argue knives are definitely lethal because you can kill somebody with a knife very easily. They Some people also carry pepper spray with them, things like that. And I'm not opposed to that in addition to a firearm, but solely using those options instead of a firearm, it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe that's a better way of clarifying it. I'm not saying that these non-lethal tools are useless, but I'm more so saying that using primarily them or only them is kind of a useless idea. And again, it's not that I think people are going to mistake what I'm saying here as me saying I want to, we'll say unalive, because I did say the other word earlier and I don't want YouTube to try to mess with me. But they make it seem like I want to unalive somebody. And that's not the case. I'm just very aware to the reality that I might have to in a situation where it's my life or theirs. If I don't do that, my life will be taken from me, or the life of a loved one will be taken from me. And it's very unfortunate. Now, of course, if you have the option not to, a legitimate option not to, you can defeat the threat, stop the threat, however you want to phrase it, without unaliving somebody. Yeah, I get it. Or unaliving the threat. Yeah, I get it. I get it. All right. Yes, if that is an option, and it's like, okay, yes, this person's down, I don't need to go anymore. Cool, don't go anymore. But if it's just a matter of, okay, I have no way of making sure they're actually down, that the threat is actually like no longer a threat, I I just don't see the whole purpose of not having a gun with you. It just doesn't make sense. A lot of people are advocating for using non-lethal self-defense tools just as a primary option, it seems kind of stupid to me. And I'm trying to be nice about it here. I'm not trying to sound very rude or very demeaning to people because I'm sure I get the idea behind it. Okay. I don't want to have to unalive somebody either. But again, it's just the simple truth. There are situations where that is going to be the only option. And if you don't have the right tool to the job because you want to limit yourself, it's going to be your life, unfortunately, that's taken. And it's very sad and unfortunate, but it's the truth. And we all have to come to that reality. I think a majority, if not all gun owners, need to be at that reality. Actually, all gun owners. But it's just the truth here. We have to accept it that sometimes non-lethal is not an option. But with that being said, I do think that about wraps it up for this video. I don't want to keep going in circles on this topic, especially as I do plan on doing multiple videos tonight. But with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And whether or not you agree with me about my thoughts on non-lethal self-defense tools, where some of them may be useful in addition to a firearm, but using them primarily as your self-defense tool is pretty much useless. Go ahead and comment your thoughts down below. Make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.